Welcome, Taurus. This is your July forecast. In July, we're going to have two major astrological events. Your ruler, planet Venus, is going to be retrograde in sign of Leo, and Karmic Lunar Nodes, which represent our past and future karmic lessons, will also be changing signs on July 13th. Karmic nodes moving from Taurus Scorpio axis to the Libra and Aries axis. And for you, Taurus, this can bring big shift in your life. Lunar nodes finally leaving your sign and moving to 12 and 6 axis. North node is going to be in Aries in your 12th house, and South node is going to be in Libra in your 6th house. And this transit can bring you some self-discovery and some insight about yourself, because 12th house associated with our subconscious mind, 12th house associated with our intuition, some hidden information, some secrets, 12th house associated with spirituality, and also 12th house is associated with reflection and introspection. And this North node in the 12th house may help you to rid of some old patterns, some old trauma, and this can help you to open your some potential insights about yourself, can bring you some new growth and opportunities. It's a time when you will be more intuitive, and it's good time to listen to your inner voice as a forms of self-reflection during this transit. And North node stay in your 12th house for 18 months, Taurus. On the 3rd of July, we're going to have a full moon in Capricorn at 11 degrees. And this full moon will fall in your 9th house, Taurus. 9th house represent traveling, our values. It's our philosophy, our house of spirituality, higher education, and religion. And this full moon can indicate some spiritual expansion. It's time when you will be more exploring new ideas, new beliefs, new cultures. And you may thinking about you will have some studies, some higher education. Full moon, it's always end of something. On a full moon, you usually receive some result, culmination. Full moon always represent a peak of the lunar cycle. It's when the sun and moon opposite each other. And this full moon will ask you to let go some outdated beliefs or your habits or attitude that prevent you from expanding your horizons. And the full moon is usually illuminate something was hidden, and full moon can bring to the surface some hidden feelings and desires, some hidden information. At the same time, this can be a good time for healing and forgiveness. And this full moon is really good time for your personal growth, for your spiritual development, and expanding your horizons. Planet Mars on 10th of July changing sign and moving from Leo to Virgo, and planet Mars moving to your 5th house. Planet Mars, it's a planet of our desire, a planet of our initiative, our courage, how we achieve our goals. And planet Mars in Virgo is completely different energy. It's completely different dynamic from a Leo sign. Planet Mars in Virgo is more about hard working. It's more about working efficiently, pay attention for small details. And when planet Mars moving to your 5th house, it's good time to working on some creative project. It's a good time to spend time with your children, to do some activities together, to do some sport. Also, fifth house is associated with our love life, with our romance. And when Mars enter your fifth house, it's time when you will be, you can have a lot of, it's time when your romantic relationship will be very active. It's time when you have a lot of romantic activities. And this time can be really passionate. Planet Mars is planet of our energy, and it's time when you have more energy to be playful, to have fun, pleasure, a lot of activities. It's time when you will be easier to express yourself. You will be more assertive, initiative. You will be more enthusiastic and excited, especially to spending your pleasure time. Planet Mercury on 11th of July, changing sign and moving from Cancer to Leo. And planet Mercury moving to your fourth house, Taurus. Fourth house represents our family, our roots, our properties, place we're living. And planet Mercury, it's a planet of our communication, what we're thinking, traveling, short journey traveling, and negotiations, sign documents, contracts. And planet Mercury in the fourth house can give you some news, information regarding your family. It's time maybe when you will be resolving some family issues, or it's time when you have some guests in your house, maybe some relatives visiting your house. It's good time to have clear communication with your family members. Also, it's really good time for to sign some new contracts, negotiate with your properties. Just to be careful if you want to sign contracts, or if you want to do something related to your properties. Try to do this before Venus going to be retrograde. Try to do this before 23rd of July, when planet Venus is going to be retrograde. And planet Mercury is going to stay in Leo just over 2 weeks. And 28th of July, planet Mercury moving to Virgo. And for you, Taurus, is going to be Mercury moving to your fifth house. And Mercury in fifth house can bring you some news about your children, bring some news about your romantic partner. Maybe it's good time to go to plan some trips, and maybe have some trips with your love partner. Also, Mercury in the fifth house, it can bring you a lot of communication. It's time when it's time when you can be talking about your relationship, about love, and it's really good time to do some activities with your children, or with your romantic partner, that bring you pleasure, some excitement. And Mercury in the fifth house can bring you some news regarding your children, regarding your romantic partner. And this can be a good time to explore new hobbies. 17th of July, we're going to have new moon in Cancer at 24 degrees. And this full moon will fall in your third house, Taurus. Third house represents our siblings, our relatives, our neighbors, our community. Also, third house represents information. And a new moon in the third house can have impact on your communication, on your learning and relationship with your siblings. A new moon is always time of new beginning and fresh start. And when a new moon falls in your third house, this can bring attention to your communication with your relatives. This can bring a new focus. It's time when you find yourself more articulate, more clear in communication. It's really good time to start a new course, and maybe some new writing project, or maybe take a public speaking course or some other courses, because third house is represent learning and education. And because it is associated with our siblings, it's really good time to improve your relationships with your brothers, with your sister. And 23rd of July, your ruler planet Venus is going to be retrograde in the sign of Leo, and it's going to stay retrograde until 4th of September. And planet Venus is going to be retrograde in your 4th house, and 4th house represent our families, our roots, our security, our comfort. Our planet Venus is usually retrograde once every 18 months, and this can have impact on our lives and relationship. And because this Venus is going to be retrograde in your 4th house, it's good time to reevaluate your relationship with your families. Maybe you will need to change some values regarding your families. And when Venus retrograde in the 4th house, this can be related to your home life, to your family members, to your roots, to your properties, and some emotional foundation. It's really good time for reconnecting with your family members and loved ones from the past. It's good time to reevaluate your family life. It's really good time to make your home environment more beautiful, more peaceful. When Venus retrograde, it's time when you will be reevaluate your financial investment, your material possession, and it's time maybe when you will be thinking to selling your house. Just be careful when it's Venus retrograde. It's not really good time to buy house, to start new project, and it's good time to sell your house. It's not good time to buy something on a Venus retrograde. It's good time to sell your properties, but not buy new one. And also on 23rd of July, Sun will move from Cancer to Leo, and Sun will move into your 4th house. In July, you have